That's right. I was. When you're in the drum shed and you're practicing all the time. Hey everyone. Okay, I got it set up. Got basic intervals going. I'm swapping out all the factory heads right now. I was able to find, I don't know why I didn't think of this right away, but I have a nice little treasure trove of boxes of all sorts of heads back there, and I was able to go through and I found some cool stuff, some brand new heads that I have, in addition to some stuff for the snare. I was able to find new sets for the whole kit of Evans G2 coated and G1s, and a new Genera HD drive for the snare, and EMAD 22 for the bass drum. So we got that going, and still in the process of throwing them all on. Some have been mounted on other kits, some haven't. Let's see. Well, yeah, I guess just the EMAD, and then one of the rack toms. So, and then I still have to cut a port in the Mapex logoed Rezo head. So, anyway, I'll shut up now and I'll flip the camera around and I will reveal. Hope everyone's doing well. Alright, let's see. Here we go. Ta-da! There she is in all her glory. I haven't named her yet, but we'll come up with something soon. But there's the beauty. And as you can see, I'm halfway in between changing heads right now. Doing this, I did the snare in the first rack tom first, and then a Rezo on the underside of one, and then I just tuned them back up because it was starting to get late, and I wanted to play and do a little video and stuff, so I just kind of put them back to where I could get them quickly. And man, do they sing with coated heads, with clear heads, whatever. You want a little more punch and a little more attack with some clear. Those sound great, and then the coated sound just as good. I'm a fan of coated heads just because they're a little bit warmer, and I kind of like that sound a little bit better. But in any case, here it is. Full walk around. I'll give you this player side so you can see the cymbal setup. I've been doing a little bit of adjusting. You know how that's going to have to go for a while, just trying to figure out the left and rights, and making sure everything's nice and comfortable. And I've got two 22-inch rides, so probably going to, do a 20 there at some points. Oh, there's Jack. Hey, Jack, just in time. Oh, and there's Hunter. Hey, Hunter, just in time. And I originally had the crash below the ride, because that cymbal mount is the mount for the second tom, and it was way more difficult to work with than trying to just do a straight angle up with putting that on there and have a smaller dimension on top to work with the rack tom. So this is the configuration I've got going, well, right now at least, but it sounds great. So let me kind of get back here and flip the camera, and that way I can give you guys an idea of what it sounds like. Hey buddy, how you doing? How's it going, Jack? Hey buddy. And I turned the EAD on, guys. So it's going to be pretty thunderous. I know you're not on the projection side, but that's why I just turned the EAD on, and it fills the room pretty well. Since I'm just using a phone and the internal mic in the phone, you're just getting a room sound anyway. So, but let's just go over quickly just the individual sounds of each individual voice. So I want to do another cymbal review in kind of the blending that I did behind the thought process of it, because I know a lot of people are like, well, mostly by sets are like all, you know, Ks or all As or, you know, all minors or whatever the case may be. But I kind of like going just by what, you know, will fit together, whether they're what brand they are, or just as long as they're, you know, good alloy. And I like darker Turkish cymbals, darker, drier cymbals, and not too high volume for this kit, so that way the kit kind of gets, you know, the main voice and gets to sing, you know, underneath the cymbals, so the cymbals aren't going to drown out the timbre and the resonance of the drums. But this drum is monstrous. It is, I've got it in, you know, about medium-ish tuning right now, low to medium, but the kick drum, another thing too is I've got some Speed Cobra doubles, well, a set of doubles that I turned into a single, back into a single, so I could just practice a lot of, you know, single pedal, doing all my doubles and 16ths and stuff with one bass drum pedal. But I was able to pick up a Pearl Demonator, yeah, Demonator, I don't know, the Eliminators, Demonators, whatever. It starts as the one with the D, Demonator. But it's a great pedal. I've used them before, but never had the chance of just owning one, and it was sitting there for cheap. So anyway, I got that going too. But I'm getting used to the action of it, of going from the Speed Cobra now, and I literally just threw it on just to kind of have fun with it. So anyway, back to the kit. It's thunderous. It's a great bass drum. Mapex makes phenomenal bass drums. I mean, they're known for that, but, you know, once you get one and you're able to kind of, you know, listen to it, and the tone is like, even if you completely leave it flat and just, you know, you want it just being punchy and booming, you know, it's got still great tone to it, you know, even when you put it really low. So, love it. I really love it. All right, kick is taken care of, and then, woo, that's a hot snare, huh? But I just, I cranked it up some. I like my snares tuned high, and I have a dry head on here. And it's like it's a fine balance with that, just because it's an Evans HD dry. But if you crank them up and you put them on a, you know, because I had to go back to like a rock sound for the music I was playing, just staying in the garage and doing that kind of stuff. So I went back to just kind of like a rock sound with this, so it doesn't have so many overtones. But if you crank them up, if you crank the HD dries up, you can get a lot of great overtones out of them, and then the vents control it just enough so it's not super ringy. But if you know, if you want the actual ring of a nice brass drum, then obviously, you know, it's like single ply is better. Evans G1s coated, G1 coated Generas, and then I'm throwing a Genera HD dry on this right now too. So I've got some stuff going on. Anyway, it's pretty hot. Okay, next. I cranked that up pretty high too. And it's like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of if I just want to use the factory heads until they completely wear out. But they came pretty kind of, you know, there was just some scratches in the shading, and just it's kind of hard in some spots and just on certain drums. Not all of them. I mean, the rack toms are fine, but the floor toms were a little bit not so good of shape with the factory heads that came with it. But, you know, might as well just use them until they wear out. So, I don't know. I'm thinking about going back to that, but I like the coated, like I said. Okay, and then the second note. And like I said, I just got them in the basic interval so I could quickly give you guys just what it's going to sound like. I mean, I have all the faith in the world in this kit, as the potential is great. It's very, very great. Okay, so there's the individual voices, one at a time kind of thing. And then the cymbals. So, like I said, I went with the Supernaturals 22. This is a Divine series. Custom Fast Crash, K Custom Fast. And then I've got the Meinl Tradition 22 Byvance. And I think they go great together with the K Custom Dark Hats. That's the really cool thing about this cymbal too, is it's got a great crash sound to it. The Supernaturals is more like a gong sound, you know. It's cool for certain applications, totally. I love that Divine series, this ride, but it's, you know, having like another crash in a sense, you know, that's bright and not going to give you that all that, you know, swell and wash. More of a, you know, the brighter sound is really cool. So that way, if, you know, kind of got two crash options, just one larger diameter, and then when you use the left ride or the Supernaturals with the Byzance in conjunction, they sound great together. So, and then, you know, you can get really loud with them too if you want to just crashing on them. But this fast crash is really cool. I like it. So you got another bell you can play on that one too, because this bell's pretty dry, which I like. I like that because this bell's pretty hot. And this one's pretty dry. You know, it's got a similar sound to the Supernaturals, but love it. The ping is so great. Ping's great. Stick definition's great. The feel's great. It's, you know, it's got the hand lathe part. It's just like feels like butter. You know, it's nice and soft. It's not like you're laying into a brick every time you know, do a note. And the bow's great, the wash is great, nice and controlled. And then the hats, obviously a lot of people know about the K Custom hats, but love them, they go really great in the mix. Yeah, it's a cool kit. It's a cool kit. I really like it, guys. And man, I've got it cranked pretty high up on the EAD right now. Let me turn that down a little bit. And I still need to cut a hole in the front port so I can get my 91A in there. These, I don't know, if some people are like kind of questioning on getting these or not, these boundary mics are really great. The Beta 91A, I mean, wow. It'll give you some really, really great. It's a great kick mic for the kick, and putting that in, and then I actually have a KSM 141 on the other side, so I just laid that in front for just to kind of test it. But I had, you know, can't obviously put it inside the drum, and need to put the pillow in there. Well, not a pillow, but just a small pillow to let the mic rest on. But I still need to carefully, you know, how cutting those with an X-Acto knife and doing all that is a trip. So I don't know, I don't even really want to do that. I'd rather go just buy like a EQ3 or something, you know, spend 40 bucks and just keep the Mapex Rezo in a box, you know, and then if I need to mount it later on for anything, then I have it, but, you know, not cutting a hole in it. I don't know, thinking about that too, but that's, you know, those are expensive heads, so trying to figure that out too. But I thought a black Evans EQ3 would look good and sound good on it, and then you have access to the port, you know, can easily get in and out to mic it and all that kind of stuff. So it helps, you know, it's useful, it's helpful to do that. Okay, back to the kit. And it's not even really tuned. I didn't do a fine tuning job on it yet. Just with the first, you know, just the bass drum and the first rack tom and the snare. So basically 3 drums down, 3 to go. And still, you know, you got to do the changing of the heads too. You know, I don't know. I'll listen back in this too, see if I notice really. And since it's on the first tom, you guys can't, you know, all the rest are going to have clears. It's going to be more attack and punchy. You know, this, and it's the highest tom. This is just going to be obvious, like boom, boom, boom. You know, kind of with the clear head on it right now. So, but listening back, I kind of want to just compare, like, you know, the coated versus the clear, see what the audible difference is in the room. And I don't have any of the trigger or any of the stuff of the EAD turned on, because in those you can just go through and you bypass all of them. So there's a reverb, an effect, and a trigger knob. And so you can either engage those and mix, you know, your different 3 levels of those, or you can just bypass them and use the EAD as basically a stereo condenser pair of mics, like customizable stereo condenser pair of mics. And I mean, 100% honesty with you guys, with having all this array and all these different things, and the EAD was the first thing I got, the first mic I got. You guys remember, if you've been watching for a while, and how excited I was when I got it, and it's been super, super useful, very useful. Like even just right now, I can have you on, you know, the left side. You're not on the projection side, but you're getting like the full room sound of the kit because, you know, it's all mic'd up and coming out like a PA basically, but it's coming out of a 350 watt Ampeg bass amp. So that's why you hear there's that. So your kick's not going to sound like that. You know, if you get a Mapex, it's not going to sound like that unless you get an EAD and put it into the Ampeg bass, or, you know, at least get a subwoofer or something going. But anyway, it's super great to use as just the microphones. And it's really great because it captures all the sound from the center of the kit. So it's like the back in the day, you know, and they just had one microphone or 2 microphones. I'm talking like way back in the day, to capture all the sound of the kit for recording. And you get a totally different sound, you know, from the center of the kit than something out in the room or overheads hanging that are picking up like the airy, you know, it's more airy when you're doing overheads and room mics and that kind of stuff versus capturing all the sound right next to the shells, right in the center of the kit, and attached to the bass drum hoop. So that's, like I said, without even the trigger engaged. So that's just the microphone and the Mapex kick by itself with no trigger even engaged on the EAD. So pretty cool. And it's, I don't know, about 5 times bigger distances with the EAD than the Pearl. So I have so much room to work with. I have so much space. The microphone has room to breathe. It's not like right up against one shell with a ½ inch like distance going. That's great. So I've already noticed different sounds out of it too, where listening back. But this is basically the heart of the operation. I mean, with all the other mics and even like the KSM and this, you know, and then I just use a Shure side address PGA 27 carbon cardioid microphone, but it's great. This microphone comes in really hot, so, and I know it's not pointed right on top of the hats, but it still gets that great chick sound. And I mean, I had to cut the dB on it and move it back, and you know, it was like it came in really hot in the mix, really hot. It was peaking on the interface. So that's a cool little, like, you know, for $100 or something, like whatever I got it for, maybe less. I think maybe less. Yeah, like $80, $100. It's a great microphone you can use for vocals. You know, you can use it for conference, you know, just talking speeches, or you can use it for, you know, instruments, and it makes a great hat mic. So I don't know, just kind of putting things in different configurations, and I just got kind of what I could on my budget and have put them in different places. I've got Rode NT5s as my overheads right now. I've got a Shure KSM 141 as my snare, as my top snare, and then I have the EAD in the middle, like I just said, and another KSM on doing the bass drum, and doing paired basically with the Beta 91A. So I put a KSM in there as the instrument for the bass drum, because those KSMs do great lows too. They kind of roll off the lows in a certain way. It's kind of weird, and you can shape them. And matching that with the 91, it sounds really great. So anyway, if you guys are interested, that's my mic array and setup. So, and then just some 57s, some SM57s for the toms, and I think I have a, oh yeah, and then an Audix TR40 as the room mic, and yeah, I guess that's it. Just getting the voices out, but I can see how it's going to be much easier to get around this kit. It's going to be much easier. Shallower depth first tom, obviously. You know, the Pearl was twice as deep as this, so it's, you know, it's a far travel to go from your snare to the first rack tom. If you have a deeper tom, it's like you can only get it so low, and it's, you know, at such a certain spot. But when you have a, you know, first rack tom's half as deep as the Pearl is, it's really easy to get into place, and I can get it nice and low and right in front of me, and I don't have to do a bunch of traveling and doing this every time I want to start a drum fill, you know, kind of thing. So the motion is really comfortable with the kit too, which that was one of the biggest factors for me, honestly, was that it would be ergonomical and just kind of save my back and allow me to play more comfortably and not have to kind of do larger motions around the kit and you know, that kind of stuff. So I'm using the rack. Snares off too. I didn't do snares off with the kit. I love it. I just think the timbre sounds great. It's just going to be a great kit. Really happy with it. I'm really happy with it. It's really cool. Okay, anyway, this is going to turn into again. I keep doing these 20-minute long videos, sorry about that. But I wanted to just give you guys setup and go through the gear rundown, what I'm doing, and kind of give you a quick samples and plugging it out of the EAD. And like I said, I'm in the middle of tuning. I literally am in the middle of tuning while swapping the heads out at the same time. But I wanted to at least get a quick video up and say I'm stoked, you know, how stoked I am, how thankful I am. And it's going to be, just for years and years to come, I know it's going to be a phenomenal kit. Just a phenomenal kit. So that paired with the Gretsch is going to be great for the studio. I mean, any kids that would come and learn on a Gretsch Catalina for their first kit to learn on, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I have some smaller kiddos that, you know, need to play on a bop kit because they can't reach the pedals otherwise and stuff. But, you know, to be able to play on a, and I have it broken down right now, and like I said, I'm swapping out heads and stuff too. But, you know, to be able to play on a Gretsch Catalina for the student kit is great. And obviously I'm going to let students play on this kit too, so it's not like, no, it's only mine, you can't ever get on it. You know, at first I'm going to have to really be careful with it, obviously. Everyone is going to want to play it, but, you know, I love doing that. I love letting the students also sit at the kit and record themselves, and then we can listen back in here, because I have instant playback through a PA. So I actually have a PA, and I use that for playback and like playing, you know, YouTube videos and that stuff, while you can be plugged into the EAD at the same time. So you can basically like blast tunes out of a PA in here while playing mic'd out of, you know, your drum kit mic'd out of the Ampeg. At the same time, there's two kits, and you're having the interaction with me playing, with the student playing, in addition to me not playing, and then them just recording themselves, and then you can listen, you know, they can listen to the click or not, you know, and just kind of play, and then do record. If it's just for fun, you know, that's one thing, or if it's for analyzation to help the lessons, which is great. You know, a lot of times some kiddos just want to, you know, or people just want to show their friends and family, you know, they just want to like, hey, look what I recorded. But others take it more seriously when they listen back. They want to say, oh, wow, okay, so yeah, I was rushing here, or, oh, wait, I wasn't doing enough bars before I played my drum fill, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But it's a great analyzation tool, too, so I love being able to use the microphones for that, because we have instant playback, stereo playback through J-Brot, I forget what they are, oh, like Harman Kardon, I don't know, there's these, like, 90s, you know, speakers that got these crazy dome and crazy, the way, you know, it's just got like a little conductor switch here, you know, there's not like a physical analog push button, it's just like a conductor, and then it's got those tweets and two towers. But it's great for monitoring back stereo, to get a stereo image of anything you're doing, and then being able to also play back through the PA, like I was just saying, for if you want the loudness factor, you know. And then, hi Jackie, how you doing, buddy? Let's say bye to Jack as we're saying bye to you guys too. So just being able to use this studio is going to be so great, and having the couch here. Yeah, I know, buddy. Yes, thanks for hanging out with me. Yeah, I know, I love you too. That's how Jack talks. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I'm sure you can. Yeah, buddy. It's the funniest thing. I don't get it. He literally just starts snorting. He's like, he'll start snorting to talk to you. You know, he won't do it unless you start petting him or that kind of stuff. He's funny guy. He's my buddy. Yeah, you're my buddy. So the Gretsch is going to go well with it, and being able to... Oh, so let's show this shot. So from this side, if you're sitting on the couch, this is what you're looking at. So I'm very blessed, guys. Very, very blessed. But I've also worked really hard for it. I've worked really, really hard for it. And as you can see, it's all I spend my money on. I literally buy nothing else. I buy nothing else but music equipment and gear. And sometimes food. Alright, guys. Yeah, very classy looking kit. I like it. It's beautiful. Pretty cool. And I'm going to do a little review of like the individual cymbals too, what I think about, and just hitting the cymbals. I know I was like, you know, playing more grooves stuff and 8ths and 16ths and stuff, and not just giving you like the exact sounds of each part of the cymbal, you know, and going over, you know, stick definition and the ping and the right, you know, I just did try to do a quick overview of it, but I'd like to do more of kind of a in-depth review and analysis, and Brian was one who gave me an idea of doing that. But the well, I was already, you know, kind of just doing it in my own, on my own, just to see how I like the blending of it. But I really do love it. I think it's great. I think it's a great pair. You know, there are going to be some circumstances where I'm going to need a 20-inch, you know, on the left, in that. But this cymbal setup is really great. Really great. Okay, guys. Well, as you can see, my drum set looks kind of funny right now. Half white, half black, half clear. So, oh, that's the new pedal too. Great pedal. It's a cool little pedal. I still need to adjust the cam and the tension on it, but yeah, it's a great thing. And then I mean, I love the Speed Cobras though. They're great pedals too. Speed Cobras are great pedals. All right, guys, love you. Happy drumming. Super excited. Oh, Hunter came out just to say goodbye to you guys too. So we got both dogs. And that's a good parting goodbye. Love ya. Happy drumming, and I will see you on the next one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.